kids is the way that they've played from the start and really kind of, at least so far, grabbed the spots.
Yeah, I've been very impressed, and I think the way they played, the way they are. I listened to Todd, one of his interviews after, I think it was a practice, and he was talking about him, and they've been pretty well accepted in our room, and that's for three guys coming in and taking jobs. We lost two great locker room guys, and I know Gus and Halsey will be. We'll see what happens at Tuca. I don't know if with practice just happening, I don't know what if anything happened yet, but they're going to be a big part of our team, I think, and they're great guys. But for those three to come in and win jobs and be that well received in the locker room, it speaks to how guys believe in them and their demeanor coming in. They're really good kids, and I'm really excited for them, and I'm excited for our team because of them.
What kind of impact do you think Sandine Pelica can have, especially running maybe the second power play unit?
I mean, it'd be unfair to put anything on him right now. I expect him to be a player on our team, and I expect every guy that suits up for us is important. And he's playing. Hopefully, he's playing his first game in the NHL on Thursday night, and that's what it looks like right now. And he's going to have a bright future, and it's up for him to decide the kind of player, and we can just speculate on that. So I'm excited for him, and I'm excited, like I said, I'm excited about our team because of those guys.
And it gives you guys a little bit for a lot of veterans a spark, just the way they play, and just it gives the room a little bit more juice, basically.
Yeah, it does, and they all have great. I talked about it during camp. They all have great attributes, and whether it's Finn's speed and smarts, and Nye's got good speed as well, but he's heavier, and he's got a great shot, and he puts himself in positions to score. And Axel was puck play and his skating. So they all have really good attributes, and I think they make our team better. And I'm happy for those guys, and it's well deserved that they're here today.
I don't know how early Emmett was in Detroit or anything, or if he was with you guys before Travers, but when did you kind of really notice that this was a guy that might be able to help you guys this season?
I think my first practice we had, he was here before training camp, and the first practice up in Traverse City where we scrimmaged, and I think him and Lombardi, who had a great camp as well, they were flying around, and I saw him the next day, and he just continued to get better and better, and they threw a lot at all three of them, and they all responded well, and I thought they all got better as the month went on.
His speed and pace kind of really stands out in his game. Why is that so important for your line with you and Lucas to have a guy who can bring that pace?
Yeah, I think for any line he would play on, his feet just win pucks. He beats people to pucks with his feet, and he's got sense to know what he wants to do with it next. And throughout the preseason, he created so much for us because he got first touch and got it to us, and then he went and got open. And I think that's a big part of his game, and he's played with speed his whole career, or his whole life, I'm sure, and he thinks the game at that speed, so it's fun to play with him.
You guys have put in a lot of hard work over the last couple of weeks. In terms of leading up to the next 3 days and opening night, are you guys feeling in a good place as a group?
Yeah, we are. I think it's been a really good training camp. We played a lot. The different structure of scrimmaging a lot more was I think really beneficial, and you got up to game speed way quicker, and the preseason games felt where we were more ready to play, I would say, than in all the camps in the past that I've been a part of. So I thought the structure of camp was great. The intensity was good. Seeing the youth and some of these kids come up and play well is exciting. So the locker room's in a really good spot, and we're going to be going to the Tigers game tomorrow. So we'll do a little root for them and hopefully be ready to go Thursday night. I think we'll be ready.
Is that team thing?
Yeah, we're all going. Well, I'm excited for it.
That intensity you talked about, how does that maybe help those young guys if they're in the lineup Thursday, just being up to speed, if you will?
I think they're gonna be flying. They'll be excited and ready to go. And the intensity we had in camp is speaking personally, I feel most prepared for the season and coming out of a training camp that I have in a while. So I think everyone should probably feel that as well.
You kind of said that during training camp the identity of this team might be just the talented young kids and all that. And now you're getting even younger, maybe. Is it kind of like, wow, it's kind of definitely a shift going on or something like that?
I don't know if it's a shift. They're good players,
right.
And they're here, and so
They've earned it.
They've earned it, absolutely.
Dylan, the Tigers game tomorrow, did that start taking shape as soon as you saw what the schedule would be for this round and that you guys would have a few days?
Yeah. We were hoping it would be tonight, but with the travel and everything, it is what it is, and it's. I don't think last year we were able to go to a playoff game with our schedule and their schedule, so it'll be my first ever playoff baseball game, so I'm excited about it.
Just hope it doesn't rain.
I know. See what happens.
What's that anticipation like, just sort of waiting?
It's a little nerve-wracking. It's a dream to be up here, and I'm still here, so it must be a good sign so far. We'll see what happens.
What would it mean to you to be on the roster?
A lot. This dream come true for every kid. I think ever since getting to know what the NHL is, that's where you want to go. It's best on best hockey, and it's be a dream come true.
Todd and a couple of players have talked about how the veterans in the room have kind of really embraced the young guys. How much easier does that make it when you come into a room like that where everybody's supportive of the younger guys coming in?
It's awesome. Since day one of camp here, I feel like everyone's talkative, everyone's like getting into the group in some sort of way. So it's comforting as a young guy coming in here. I wasn't that nervous, but there's still some nerves coming into a whole new team, whole new locker room, new guys. So it means a lot.
Did you skate with any of these guys over the summer back in Sweden, or not so much?
Bergie came up to Skellefteå once for 2-3 days or something like that, and that's pretty much it. Him.
Are you going to the Tigers game tomorrow if you're here? Sent Dylan.
We'll see. It will be fun.
Sure.
I've been to one when they play the Mets, I think. Yeah, they play the Mets, so it's fun. Michael watch.
And did you do anything with Michael yesterday for his birthday, or?
I went for dinner actually at some sushi place, so got him a little cake.
Did you know much about baseball before you got here?
No, not a lot. I'm still learning about everything, umpire or or strike or all those kinds of stuff. So I'm still learning.
Be a little different atmosphere tomorrow than it was when the Mets were here, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sandy.
Thank you. Todd, the big question, have the three rookies made the team?
Well, they were here at practice today, so that's a real good sign for them. When we skated with 23 players, obviously we're allowed to submit our opening roster with as many as 23, so that's obviously a real good sign for them. And everything they've done to this point has led to them getting this day, and we'll just take it day by day. But again, in practice today, they were attentive, they were alert, they executed, they had a sense of belonging, and the group embraced them. And it's not easy for the group today because a couple of their good teammates, good friends weren't here either. And that, unfortunately, is the crappy part of the business, but yet the evolution of the business. And But in any case, I thought we had a good skate today, and we'll have another one tomorrow.
Defense is such a tough position, and, Axel, it's his first year over here. Is it just the way he can play with the puck, and especially what he may be able to do on the power play that makes him such an...
Well, yeah, like he's, a heady player. What does that mean? He's got good eyes, good vision, anticipation skills. He's, I've used the terms chess and checkers. He can play chess every now and then on the ice, and that's a valuable thing to have. We believe he's only going to get better as well. Like we're seeing him, evolve right in front of our eyes. But we think over time he'll get better. With all first-year players, Dylan Larkin, Ben Sherratt, they all played their first game and had their first years. There's ups and downs, and there's lessons to be learned along the way. There's going to be nights when they drive home or we drive home and we're a little disappointed in everything, and then there'll be a lot of joy the following night. It's just the way it happens. But everybody, starting with them, has to pull their weight, and then everybody else around it, the coaching staff, teammates, have to help them along, but still take care of our jobs and make sure that the rest of the team is focused as well.
The amount of size that you guys have, at least from how the lines look today in the bottom half of the lineup, like how much of a priority was that for you guys to have this year?
Well, that's kind of the way it worked out. We didn't necessarily have these lines, penciled in on July 1st. We didn't anticipate all three kids playing here. But the fact that there is some size, in those slots is valuable. Now, size is one thing. It's how you use the size and how effective it can be. So the potential for some grinding shifts, for some heavy shifts, for some aggressive net play exists. It's getting it out of them and them wanting to do it over and over again. If we can get there, then we really have something.
And then in the last preseason game, it looked like Sandine Pelica, even in kind of on the breakout, was finding ways to get the puck. I know a lot of his assets are in the O zone, but is that an area that he can really help you guys?
When he has the puck, those should be his strengths. As I said throughout training camp, if we're seeing what we expect him to do well over and over again, that's a real good thing. There was a focus or a talk of, well, what can he defend? Can he do these other things? Well, we're looking for that too. But if this first part doesn't exist, it doesn't even matter what you're doing over here, because you don't have the confidence. You're not ready to do what you do really well. As camp went on, he felt better and better with pucks and held on to him longer, made good, smart plays, whether it was on the power play, breakout, or wherever. So we saw him continue to grow that part of his game and work on the other part.
Todd, are you pretty optimistic you'll have JVR for Thursday, or how does that look right now?
I can't answer that question at this point. Today he got involved physically. The first few days, pregame skates, everybody gets off and there's him and three other guys that are working. You don't really get what you need there. Today's practice was geared towards a pretty good working day. Lots of full ice stuff, a lot of grind stuff along the boards and in the corners. So that was his first true taste of it. So we'll see where it all goes.
Todd, if there's three rookies on Thursday night, that'll generate excitement with fans. Does it generate excitement in the room too, in a way?
It does. It's energizing. Every one of those 40 players, us in Montreal, they all played their first game at some point somewhere. And, the nervousness, you can reflect back. I think I said this the other day, like Larkin's reflecting back. What was it like when I first stepped on the ice? How nervous was I? What can I do to help this individual? It's energizing. It's invigorating. But make no doubt about it, if we're relying on three 20-year-olds to take us to the wonderland right off the bat, that's really unfair. The rest of the group has to play their part in it as well. So, but it is energizing right now.
Todd, I know things can change by Thursday, but for Finney, for a guy who hasn't played an NHL game to be thrust into the top line like that with Larkin and Raymond and not be overwhelmed by the situation, what does that suggest about his confidence and his mental makeup?
Well, it tells me that he's pretty even keel. He built for the moment a little bit. His skating allows him to get when he's in trouble, his legs get him back into the play. If something goes wrong, he can skate his way back into it, and he's in it again. We wouldn't have him up there if we didn't believe he was responsible defensively. Obviously, the offensive part will come, but he's going to play against some good players, and he has to be somewhat responsible there. But the big thing is, if it doesn't go well, he seems to get back into it quicker than a lot of guys, and that's a real good asset to have.
Todd, going back to Max's question about size, just relating to Axel, he's a smaller defender, and but he moves really well. Is it important to play with a guy like Simon who can kind of take up some of that space physically?
Yes and no. Really, the cohesiveness of a pair isn't always just built on big and small, long and tall and short or anything like that. It's how they use each other, and we still haven't completely figured that out. I think of a pair that we used in San Jose with Dougie Murray and Dan Boyle. They complete opposite with size and power, and the other one is smart puck mover. But they got together and they figured out how they wanted to play as a pair, and over time, it really turned out well. When you took one away from the other, it was a disaster for the first few games because they were so used to certain situations. We're not there yet with this group, and we still got to figure it all out. But that could end up being a pair that makes sense that way.
And what are some of the foundations for them when you're kind of looking on paper of maybe, hey, I could see them building here and things like that together? Yeah,
well, Simon's got the range and the reach and the size and the physicality. Axe will have his range is a different type of range. He'll have to know how to play within his reach. But the puck moving skills and the support for his partner, the eyes up ice, the creativity. Now they both have to defend. And Simon's 23 and Axe is 20. We're asking them to play, is it the 1, 2, 3, 4 role? I don't know what it is. But we're asking them to play in some key situations, and we're going to put some pressure on them, whether they like it or not, or whether we like it or not. That's just the way it is. And we believe they can get it done.
And then last one for me, we saw you run practice here from half year on. So first kind of been able to watch you run a training camp and watching like the drill today, the battle drill, kind of grinding things. How much can you do that over the course of a season, and when it comes to making that part of a mentality and a thing like that? Or is it just build it now and then you just kind of remember it?
It's harder to do, like the day we had planned for today. First of all, I think our team's heartbeat, if you will, got reset. We played Saturday. We all had Sunday off. Throughout camp, we had, maybe Comfort playing back-to-back and Sherratt not playing for 3 days. Like it's high here. Gas tanks are burnt out here and empty down there. Like your heartbeat's not together. Now our team's heartbeat's together, and we should evolve and move along as a group. And today we discussed having a bit of a grind day. We haven't had to get one of those since training camp, where we played along the boards, where we played and made decisions when we were tired. Not a lot of fun as a player, but that's when a lot of mistakes are made. And we wanted to get them to that point and then force them to either defend or play offense. Can you do that during the season? Well, we're going to play 82 games in a compressed schedule. We can push, but we also have to, we got to know when to expend the energy and when not to. And that's why you'll hear us, we'll talk about clean-out days. And that's really just to flush the system. We're out real quick, just not a lot of physicality, move pucks, get off. But there are times and moments during the season when that type of practice presents itself. And there are times and moments throughout the season when the team needs it regardless of the moment. They just need to be reminded that there's some things that are necessary. So that's how those evolve. All good? Okay.